Hey, what's up, everybody? This is attorney Dan Nguyen here coming at you with a little bit more on the world of franchising. Now, if you are a business owner and looking to use the franchise system and concept to expand your business, one of the things you need to know is how's your training program? One of the things that have to be disclosed is your training program, and most of it is kind of the content of your training program, how many hours it is, and how many days. So typically it's broken down by content, how many hours kind of in class, or how many hours kind of hands-on. And this information does have to be disclosed in the franchise disclosure document. So if you if you don't have this particular information in place, it is important that you start thinking about documenting your training program so that when you have people come in and apply for your franchise system and then you actually accept them, you have the training system and the documentation in place. Now, franchisors kind of vary in terms of how they do their franchise training program, but there's kind of two main ways to do it. One is kind of the most common way is that the franchisee will come to the franchisor, and sometimes there's kind of a test kitchen or maybe it's a corporate store that they own that they utilize for the training for training purposes. So that franchisee, maybe the owner operator and maybe one general manager will go there and they'll train for them for maybe 7 to 10 days, depending on what the actual training program is. Everything from front of the house, back of the house, marketing, hiring, firing, whatever the training program is, they'll go through that program. Sometimes that stops there. Sometimes franchisors will then, maybe about 2 weeks before the actual grand opening, will go out to the actual store, franchisee store, and kind of do a soft opening, help them with running that particular store, get it up and running, get them more acclimated, and kind of against real life situation with regards to running the store. So again, if you are looking to franchise, think about your training systems, think of your training programs, how many people you want to accept coming into your corporate store, training there, and how many of your trainers will go out and support the training of the actual franchisee store. Now, let's talk about costs. So sometimes the cost is kind of baked into the franchise fee. And so there's usually no additional fee for a franchisee training. Sometimes franchisee training is additional, and so there might be a separate fee. So it really kind of depends how you want to present it. Some people, it's kind of baked into the franchise fee in itself. Other times there's additional franchise fee, and sometimes there's cost of sending the trainers out to the franchise unit, and vice versa. Typically, if you are a franchisee, you're responsible for your own costs coming to the corporate stores to train there with the team. So, hey, this is Dan Nguyen again, talking about franchising, talking about training system, training programs, how to a little bit of information on what to think about if you're thinking about franchising, and how to set up all these particular systems. So hope this has been helpful. This is attorney Dan Nguyen coming at you, a little bit more franchising stuff. Talk to you later.